All right. Okay, we will call the October 25th Board of Education regular meeting to order. Please start with the Pledge of Allegiance. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which stands one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, roll call. I believe we have all board members present. Next is the approval of the consent agenda, which is the minutes from the September 27th regular board meeting, the September 2021 accounts payable, and this is September 2021 financials.
I move that we approve the consent agenda for tonight's meeting.
Support.
It's been moved and supported. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
And opposed? Thank you. Public comments. Do we have any members of the public that would like to make a comment? Please state your name, and do we have a microphone we want to use? Or?
My name's Corey Leonard. I live on D15 Casanabi. Anyway, I'm going to read a letter that you guys, all the board members, must have, I think, got from Kurt. And the letter is to Kurt. By the way, it's my daughter's birthday today. She's 12. Anyway, the letter. My daughter is a victim of sexual assault on school grounds. This is to Kurt, so there's some inside. As you know, I discussed this matter with the assistant superintendent of Grand Rapids Public Schools. And he said that a sexual assault, like in this case, rises to the highest level of offenses at his school and more than likely results in expulsion. He said that his school policy exists because the offender's presence at school interferes with the victim's equal access to education without duress or harassment, which is a federal law under Title IX. According to a survey administered by Know Your Title IX, a survivor youth-led project of Advocate for Youth, 4 out of every 10 students who formally reported sexual violence at their high school or college experienced substantial disruption in their education, institutional betrayal, and student survival push-out. Kurt, when we met with yourself and Ken, you saw under the surface of a brave, beautiful Dylan, a devastating, distraught little girl. My daughter is adamant that she does not want this person who sexually assaulted her back at the school ever. What has happened is devastating to her. She doesn't deserve to be further victimized by his presence at the school. If that is not possible, a 180-day suspension would at least give her time to heal from this trauma and tell her that she is valued and supported as a human being. Kurt, you and the board have an opportunity to show Dylan and other young girls that you prioritize their safety and that you have zero tolerance for criminal sexual behavior. Dylan is counting on you to protect her from being further victimized and allowing her to have equal access to education without duress or harassment. Anything less than the strongest disciplinary measure will further victimize my daughter and set up a scenario for future offenses and even worse outcomes. We all are aware of what's happening in Loudoun County, Virginia, and the harm caused by the gross negligence of their school board and superintendent who did not protect their students. We don't want to become another Loudoun County. I've met with many of you, many of the members and Kurt and Ken, all of you are good, thoughtful people who deeply care for your school and community. And I'm confident that our school board will make the right decision and not set our school on the wrong path.
Thank you. Are there any other comments from the public? All right, thank you. All right, next is committee reports. First is financial.
We met just prior to this meeting. I apologize for our tardiness. Went over a number of different things. Pretty much a standard in terms of the September financials, but most of the time was dedicated to our audit of the prior year, and Patrick from Brickley DeLong is here and will be presenting to the entire group here shortly. That's it.
Thank you, Steve. Academic affairs.
Yes, we met this on the 12th, and we got an update on the academic support rooms that are starting, mindfulness Mondays, the ESSER 3 funding, and we got a tour of the elementary student support area.
Okay, thank you, Carolyn. And policy.
That's also me.
I think Miss B had
That's
that too.
okay.
Or do you have
I'm
it?
sorry?
Do you have it, Carol?
Yeah.
Okay.
We got an update on COVID, the new employee assistance program, premier sub update, cleaning of the building update, food service, an update about the bats, and negotiations.
Okay, great. Thank you, Carolyn, again. We've got a couple presentations tonight. First is from Patrick from Brickley DeLong.
Wherever you'd like to be. That's good enough. Be loud enough.
All right, hi, my name is Patrick Muchler. I'm a partner at Brickley DeLong. I'd like to thank you for the opportunity to present to you tonight. Really, my sole purpose here is to give you guys a chance to ask questions. I'm going to kind of take you through the high points of the audit, and then if you have anything, just feel free to interrupt me, raise your hand, and we'll kind of go over those. As was mentioned earlier, you have two packets this time. There's a thick one and a thin one. The thin one is a single audit, which I'm not going to spend a lot of time in it, but what this is this is the first time you had this in many, many years, and this is if you have over $750,000 in funding, you have to have a specific audit for the federal programs, and that's what this is. As part of that, we have to separate that out, and we basically get a little further into internal controls. So that's about the only real difference here. But once again, there are some recommendations in here, but that's what this report is. But it doesn't really contain any information on the individual funds of the school. That's the particular one. So taking a look at this one here, if you turn to page 1 and 2, specifically page 1 is the independent audit report. Page 1 and 2 are really the only letters within this report that belong to Brickley DeLong. This is our opinion on your financial statements. And this is what's known as standard unmodified statement. So if you go to a textbook and look it up, this is what you find for your results. And the bottom paragraph is the opinion itself, which once again says that we're happy with your financial statements. We did on page 2 at the top, there is an item that says emphasis of a matter. And what that relates to is the accounting rules changed so that the student activities had to be pulled into the financial statements as a fund. They were treated as what's called an agency fund and not really included in the numbers. And now those have to be pulled in and a budget adopted, et cetera, for those. So we're just pointing that out so reader knows, and there's actually a footnote that kind of shows, here, look at last year, here's your fund balance, and here's the addition of the new fund, kind of get you to the new numbers. So there is a way to walk you through that. Starting on page 3 is a management discussion and analysis, and that goes on for numerous pages. The only thing I like to tell you with that is it's really a great document because it gives you a narrative behind the numbers. So if you were looking at page 4, you got stable net position, which these financial statements also put all your funds into one set of numbers, but you can see current and other assets went up. But once again, there's a narrative in there that explains why it's increased. So it gives you something else to go back and look at, especially if you're looking at multi-years, trying to figure out what's happening in the financial statements from year to year. Very helpful. Same thing on page 6 is a statement of activities, so this is kind of your revenues and expenditures during the year. And once again, same thing here, there's a narrative that kind of tells you why something up, why something down. One of the things that's very obvious with COVID is the last few years are probably the most different than most school districts have seen in a long time. Most of your numbers are usually relatively consistent, but once again, a lot of things are happening with all the different changes in expenditures for COVID as well as the grants that were received for COVID. So once again, the narrative is going to be very helpful in understanding what's changing there. As you go back into the financial statements, to start on page 10, is really the same information we just looked at. One of the things that I also like to do is to point out is the back in the footnotes, obviously starting on page 27, you've got your long-term debt, and you guys have done a lot of refinancing. One of the things to try to look at down below, you can look at the very bottom of page 27. You can see how the interest rates on your bonds for all this refinancing. You've got your highest rate at 4%. Most of your rates are much lower than that. So you've done a lot of improvements there and refinancing and decreasing the amount of interest you're paying on that debt. Turning over to page, skipping forward to the budget to actual, which is back on page 40 for the general fund. Couple of things to point out here. Once again, I really focused mostly on the original budget versus the final numbers, because once again, the final is normally adopted right at the end of the year, is normally relatively close. So I look at that original one, and you see during the year, you increased your revenues by about $1 million, because as grants became available and more numbers were clarified, student counts, etc., that changed, and then your expenses, you moved up by about $600,000. But once again, in this day and age, a lot of changes going on. As a percentage, that's 6% of your budget. It's really not a big swing with all the different grants that were flowing last year. So overall, those numbers came out pretty well. And after that, you've got a number of things that are all related to your pension plan, cards, payments, etc. You may as well some unaudited information. But those are really kind of the high points. You know, bottom line is, over the last few years, you guys have made a transition. You've kind of got a new business office, and I want to thank Mark and Jessica. They've done a great job. You know, it's their first full year being in control of everything, and I think it went very well. So I want to appreciate everything that they've done for us as well. So, any questions? I know that's really quick. I spent much more time, probably more time than I wanted with the finance committee. But you guys wait for the meeting. But, any questions out there?
Great. Thank you, Patrick. Again, always very thorough, and the information you provide is relatively understandable, which is much appreciated, because it's a lot.
You can also just pass along what Will just said, but to the rest of your crew, that we appreciate working with them. Very professional and collegial, so it's a good relationship, and if you can pass that along to the team, that'd be great.
Great.
Thanks, Becky.
Okay, next, which promises to perhaps be a little bit more interesting, we have a presentation on the North Muskegon chapter of the National Art Honor Society.
Yeah, it's always tough to try to top a budget presentation. I think we might be able to do that. So this is Brandon Dahl and Charlie Gregg, and they're members of the North Muskegon National Art Honor Society. This group was started when Chip, Mr. Vanderweer, came in as our new art teacher, and he made it a mission to get this group in. They meet fairly regularly. And if you just walk the building, you'll notice that we're seeing splashes of art more in the hallways, in bathroom stalls, just anywhere we can find. I told Mr. Vanderweer, it's all a canvas, so do what you got to do to bring this building to life. And this group is kind of the drive behind all that. So I'll let them kind of steal the show.
Alrighty, so yeah, we just wanted to come here to talk a little bit about what it is and what we're trying to do. So this is our third year at North Muskegon doing the National Art Honor Society. but NAHS has been around since 1978. It was created to support student members in their efforts to attain the highest standards in art, scholarships, character, and service. NAHS members receive opportunities such as scholarships, national awards, national art exhibits, service opportunities, etc. We want it to be known that art is more than just a class or a club, but is a way to express the ideas of young artists in many different ways. It is a way we can get together and share our talents, not only with each other, but with the community as well.
This was a mural that we ended up doing. Really, we saw this one hallway and it was barren. It had nothing there other than a Norse Pride poster that just sort of sat there. So we took our small group of people at the time and we decided we were going to make a mural out of it. And it was a really good experience. I liked it. And I don't know.
So we have a short little video about it.
So we wanted to create a mural thanks to the North Education Foundation as a positive and uplifting. And we chose to do it in the middle school because there's not a lot of things in the middle school and it's very bland around the hallways besides this now. And we like to do the archway because it makes you feel like you're walking through the sunshine. Even if you're like having a bad day, you can like walk through this hallway.
Yeah, it's been really exciting with working with National Art Education or National Art Honor Society. They really wanted to improve the school and beautify it. So this is one of their first projects that, thanks to the NEF, that we were able to get this accomplished, and they went above and beyond.
So yeah, that was our last mural. So now we have new mural plans. We want to create a new mural in the elementary to brighten and beautify the hallways, as well as raise awareness of the arts in the community. So our plan is to make a new one, possibly based around the idea of the book, Oh, the Places You'll Go. Our president, Tristan, sent out a survey to the teachers, and that's what they decided on. And then another mural we are working on is, with Sage being the main organizer, is to create sunflowers in the arts hallway near the Flex Center, which with the other artwork that's already there, she kind of wanted it to be around the same theme. And those are the places you'll go that we might think of doing.
So fundraising through our members at NAHS have been fundraising and always looking for new ways to raise money. We are raising money to visit world-renowned museums so that we can not only make our own art but visit as well. We established the NAHS Candle Co. That has been wildly successful and is still growing. It's been super fun making these candles, designing the labels, marketing, and selling them. Hopefully we'll be back in business by Thanksgiving in time for our holiday scents. Some other ideas we have are art grams, so like normal holiday grams like Valentine's or I don't know any other holiday really. But these ones would be like based around art or maybe just normal holidays, but like one idea of our art gram is like one for maybe Bob Ross's birthday or something. And then caricatures is an idea, it's a hope that we are able to at big events like I'm drawing a blank on what it was. What was it?
Like, I don't know, just big events that
big events that our school does. Maybe even football games or something. Hopefully be able to, but
yeah,
it
and you could
isn't
do like
official.
a quick draw of people.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Cool.
So overall, we created this presentation and are here speaking because we wanted to put ourselves out there as we are raising awareness for the arts. Hope you all like our new ideas and will give us your support.
Great.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Fantastic. Thank you very much. Yeah.
Did I understand that the middle school mural was hung this week? Is that, remember the terracotta mural?
The
Was
clay
that-
mural? Oh, yeah, it's out in the courtyard.
It's out in the courtyard? Okay, we should
It's
probably
done.
take a look at that
Mhm.
on our way out.
If you go up here to her left, it's right down there.
It's right there, okay. Because that's awesome. If you haven't seen it, you should look at that. Thanks,
Great.
guys.
Thank you very much.
And thanks, Mr. Chip, for bringing the idea of national art.
Hey, these kids make me look good.
Yeah? Not easy.
Okay, on to new business. First is the acceptance of the 2020 and 2021 audit.
I would motion to approve the 2021 audit review as it was presented by Berkeley DeLong.
I support. Any further discussion? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
And opposed? Okay, thank you. Next, approval of maternity child care leave. Ms. Boca.
This Baucamp, and I think there might be a letter, but this similar, no, there's, okay, similar to what we've done in the past, and it fulfills all the requirements of contract and all that. So we just wish her a healthy birth and then get her back in here next year.
I move that we approve maternity and child care leave for Mrs. Balkamp.
Support.
Okay, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
And opposed? All right, best wishes all along. Next, the approval of the resignation of Hope Malcolm.
I'm gonna just make a statement for the next three, 426, 427, and 428. Hope, Michelle, and Denise. You'll see their letters in there. They're all gonna be missed. They're all going on to things that make sense for them and their families, and some fun stuff. So every single one of them said, "It's not you guys." Felt like, like a breakup or something, but it's not you guys. This is just a great opportunity and that kind of thing. So I just wanted to, in the minutes, that we wish them well, and I'm excited for all three of them.
Okay, thank you. You could have a motion regarding Hope.
I move that we approve the resignation of Hope Malcolm.
All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
And opposed? Next is the approval of the resignation of Michelle Lipka.
I move that we approve the resignation of Michelle Lipka.
All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
And opposed? And then the retirement of Denise Maynard.
I move that we approve the retirement of Denise Maynard.
Support.
All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
And opposed? Okay, next on new business is the hearing, and per the request, it's been requested that we go into closed session for that hearing. That does require a motion, a second, and then a roll call vote.
I motion that we go into closed session for the hearing.
Support.
Okay, Mrs. B, we'll start with you.
Yes.
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 Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so we're going to move into closed session, and so Ken and Kurt, I believe you're both staying, correct?
Yes.
And
And that's it. Yep.
And we'll just, until that's done, we'll come back into open session and proceed from there. But we don't know how long that's going to take. So thank you all.
Thanks, Joseph. You did a great job. It makes things so much brighter around here. It's like having a high five day every day.